And welcome to another episode of Tuesday Talks. Today we have a fantastic guest called Mel Changelo, and Mel is a serial entrepreneur, and currently he's diving into NFT. So he's an NFT nerd as well, and a YouTuber as well. I know he is very committed and dedicated to his YouTubes as well. The man is a machine. We will get Mel on shortly as well and get to hear his movement about freedom investors who are creating that freedom lifestyle from that as well. So, and he's also creating 10x prosperous life. It is doing so much, and the guy is also so peaceful and calm when you're speaking to him as well. So we're gonna find out how does he have time for all these things as well. So let's get Mel here in a bit, and let's see if we can get him on.
Hello, good
No,
evening.
thank you very much for taking some time out to join, Mel. I know it's quite early where you are, so you're in Taiwan, which is like 5 a.m. over there, and in UK is 10 at the moment here, 10 p.m. So you're waking up, and I'm going to bed. And thank you very much, Mel, for coming on. I've done a short introduction for you. I don't know if you got to hear that or not, but but you're the best person to expand on that and let us know who you are, what you do, and the biggest question, that starts all this is why do you do it?
Why I do it?
Yeah, so start with who you are, what you do, and then why do you do it?
Okay, so my name is Mel Changelo, and yeah, for those of you who don't know, I am, which is probably most of you guys. Um, so currently, I'm actually in sales. That's the main thing that I'm doing, and I'm working for Jubaria with Freedom Lifestyle Creators. And on the side, I'm also a NFT investor, and also a motivational speaker. Um, so that's what I'm currently doing. In the past, I've also dived into many other different things. Um, I'm still pretty early in my entrepreneur journey. I probably only started like a few years ago. Um, just dabbled around with many different things with trading. I was looking to start my own business as well with my own programs, my own coaching programs. But I realized I needed to be part of a team. I needed to be a part of a group of people that were working together, and that was going to help me to accelerate my results. So that's why I decided to work for Chibaria. Yeah. Um,
Awesome.
a short intro I guess a short introduction for me is that you can call me a like a bird because I'm always in different places. At least in the past few years, like I've just been moving around a lot, and that because of that, it allowed me to see the world in a different way and made me realize like I didn't want to be tied down in one place or tied down to a job, or I wanted to have that freedom lifestyle. And that's what allowed me to really start seeing the opportunities everywhere. And I decided to take on those opportunities. And that's how my entrepreneur um, or freedom lifestyle kind of started. Finding the right mentors as well through those opportunities. And
I love this. You know, the introduction there already. So the biggest question would be obviously why you're still you know, so why you're doing it in a way of obviously we made, so you want to be not tied down and you want to be free, right? Is that's the main reason behind it?
yes, exactly. And I have nothing against working for like a boss. You just need to be around the right team. You need to be in the right group of people. A lot of time, sometimes it will allow you to get to where you want to be faster if you work with the right people versus you just trying to start your own business. Unless unless you have like an amazing idea and you know exactly what you want to do and how you can make that happen, or if you have the right mentor that's helping you. But if you don't have any idea, just work for someone that already has the results and has what you want, and you'll be able to get to that goal, and get results a lot faster that way.
That's actually very good. So for touching upon, to work with somebody who is already has that result, uh, so that you can get similar results. Also, and I heard you touching upon mentors quite a few times, which is crucial for all these journeys, right? So to have the right mentors around you. Um, and I mean, for people who are looking for mentors out there, I will say, you have to go through them, quite a few of them, until you find the one that works for you. I'm sure that was the case for you as well, when you started the journey. You went through a few mentors, and now you are working with one, and you part of the sales team as well as a sales manager, and doing so many things. Where do you find the time to balance? Uh, how do you balance all of this? Being in a totally different time zone as well, right?
Yeah, there's three different time zones. There's the US time zone, there's the UK time zone, and then there's my time zone. So it's three completely different time zones. And yeah, I just have to adapt. My sleep schedule, everything around UK time and US time. So it's it's been a ride. And now I'm used to it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything else because yeah, it's what I'm passionate about. It's what gets me out of bed every single day. And if I weren't doing any of this stuff, not saying that I wouldn't get out of bed, but it's that motivator. It's what drives me every single day. So yeah, sometimes I find it hard to sleep actually because like my mind is always running. Um, I feel like that happens to you when you're constantly training on sales. It's like your mind is always running because you're always thinking about what's the next thing you want to say, um, to the customer, and like in a good way. Like a lot of people think that sales is manipulation, but it's not really manipulation. You're just allowing the other person see, um, what's good about your product or about you, but you're not manipulating them. You're just allowing them to see from your perspective, and that is a good thing if you have right intentions.
I actually love that what you just touched upon, in on the sales side of things right at the end here. That a lot of people think it's manipulation when actually it's not. And it's coming from an untrained eye or an untrained ear. A person who doesn't actually know what sales is would obviously think it's manipulation, because you are getting them to part from their money, for example, or getting them to buy in into your services, or yourself, and so forth, right? Where I agree with what you just said, right? It's showcasing your product, your service, what's good about it. The decision still lies with the person who's buying the service or the product, right? All the salespeople are doing is, or we are doing is, showcasing the benefits, the good, bad, and everything that is out there, the things you might have overlooked as a customer. You might have just not wanted one, you have a tunnel vision of an item that you might want, but here is Mel, who's going to now show you all the other benefits that can also come with this product, including what you're looking for. And that's what the salespeople are trying to do. Now, there are some good salespeople and there are some bad salespeople out there, right? It's the yin and yang of the things that comes with everything, right, out there. There are people who are out there generally trying to help everybody out there, and then there are people who are just generally trying to help themselves in from benefiting from others, right? So we just have to be wary of that and make sure that we connect with the right people, the right person is helping us, and the only way is by more engagement, more interacting, creating the communities that you wanna be with, and that's where you connect, right? So you and your connectivity that you have for future investors. What was the thought move behind that you've started this?
So, by the way, can we like address the comments as well? Is this how this works?
Unless there's an official question that comes through the bubble, we are just having the conversation, because it will go onto a podcast
Okay.
after.
Yeah, so can you repeat the question?
No worries, yeah,
Sure,
that's
sure.
fine. So it was a question in regarding the uh, the Freedom Investors group that you've created.
Okay.
So expand onto that. What's it all about, and uh, what's the aim behind it?
Right. So it's called the Freedom Investors, and it started actually from my own Facebook group, which I started when I did my coaching business, and I slowly stopped that, and then that just kind of turned into a my own brand, um, which is which is pretty much helping people to become like the greatest version of themselves through spirituality, through entrepreneurship, finances, sales, and it's in the very beginning stages with my brand, with my Freedom Investors movement. But the aim is to help people mainly in investing, so in NFTs, in trading, in finances, anything to do with entrepreneurship, and yeah,
So it's
but
more like,
mainly
sorry, yeah.
that.
Okay, so it's more
Yeah,
like you wanna create a community of more like-minded people who are also looking to become investors, traders. And when we say traders, they like more of those day traders trading the stock exchange, right? And the NFT also does trading, so you buy, sell NFTs. and there's more to it. I mean, I'm not that well versed into NFTs. I'm sure you're incredible at it, as you're a serial entrepreneur on that side at the moment. Your journey is quite ahead on NFT world. But so what do you reckon in regards to somebody who wants to start on NFT? What should they look out for, and how do they know where to begin? Because NFT is just big. It's big world.
Yeah, I would say the whole Web3 space is crazy. It's definitely very, very new, and there's so much you can do with it. I truly believe that it's something that can solve a lot of poverty problems in the world, actually, especially with the metaverse. Because now it allows people in third world countries or in less privileged places to actually earn in cryptocurrency anywhere in the world, and that can change their lives significantly. So yeah, I've only dived into this maybe mid to end of last year, so I'm still very new to this whole space. But yeah, in terms of NFTs, you just have to look into the right projects. Majority of projects are not that good, and you might lose a lot of money if you invest into them. That's why people might think it's a scam or it's fake. But pretty much with everything, there's risks, and there's always scams in any industry. Um, so just because some things fail doesn't mean the whole space is doesn't have potential. But it's about getting into the right projects, and I've been very lucky so far that everything that I invested in has um 10x. Yeah.
That I like that. So that everything you've got involved in has 10x. I know that you are also in regards to mentors, you also get coached by one of Grant Cardone's coaches as well. So they also guide you and support you in terms of their ability. I know Grant Cardone's more sales based, driven as well. So they're helping you in that side of commitment in terms of understanding. But NFT and Web3 space, as you said, yeah, it's huge. It's it's still developing itself. You being at the early stages means actually much better, because you're getting to see a lot more of what the early adapters get to see, right? You get to see the ups and downs a lot quicker before it gets I don't know, a bit more stable, and yeah, we know it's not regulated, and hence that's what the space is for. Is decentralized, meaning that nobody owns anything, but everybody does owns everything, and that's how I see the NFT space itself. As a project for artists, coaches, mentors, whoever wants to create a project can create an NFT world on it, and having metaverse, that's just going to take it to another level when it becomes available to the masses, in terms of we are able to take part and create our own world. Have a house, have a land, have house parties, whatever you want to do. It's just reminds me of the movie Player One, or is it Ready Player One? I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's something to do with Player One. And if you haven't seen it, I'll recommend to go and watch it for anybody who's listening now. that's where I see this whole Web3 space and metaverse heading to. And one day that's what will be happening, right?
Yeah, everything is going to be in the metaverse. So it doesn't matter what industry, what job you have, it's going to be in the metaverse. So you might as well start learning about it because everyone is going to be affected by it. So even if you're in sales, you're going to be doing sales in the metaverse because people are still going to buy stuff. Doesn't matter what age you are in or what year you are in. So it's definitely very interesting. Um, yeah. For me, like I've just only started dabbling into it recently. So yeah, I'm still learning, but the space is definitely going to be huge because, for example, like people are already buying and selling land on in the metaverse, and even if you're in real estate right now, there's a huge potential for real estate in the metaverse because what you can do now is, for example, if say you're in the UK and you want to look at some land or a house in Taiwan, instead of flying into Taiwan to look at the real estate, you can go into the metaverse and you can look at the land, the actual house in Taiwan. So it's um it's definitely really it's gonna change a lot of things. Yeah.
I love this actually. I love this so that you are able to view a land or a house, in Taiwan from UK. Now that house and everything will be real uh, there in Taiwan, or is it based? Are you trying to say that will be something created in the metaverse, which is only available there, but it's not really in Taiwan itself? What is that? What you mean?
Oh, it's going to be in the metaverse and also it's gonna be an actual real estate, an actual real house or land that exists on planet Earth. Um, it's just gonna make things a lot more convenient.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. I'm with you now. I'm with you. I get it. Okay. So it's connecting the whole world a bit more, uh, getting it more connected. So you don't really need to be traveling there. You can be here and see things in real time, and purchase if you wanted to do that purchase, right? But I love that you've touched upon that. What I want to now expand and question you about is your routine. You know, now to be part of a serial entrepreneur and creating a community, freedom investor community, inspired by so many things that you are doing. How do you now create that balance? I know you said you got used to a shift sleep pattern, obviously, because you're working with three different time zones, including yours. Um, so where's the balance? What do you do to ground yourself in terms of, is there a ritual or a routine that you follow that the listeners can benefit from as well? Um,
Yeah, so actually I plan out my day like every single hour what I need to do. I think it's very important to actually have a schedule because it gets everything organized. And if you have so many things to do, a million different things to do, it's very important that you know what to do like every hour of the day. Otherwise, you'd never get anything done, or you're just jumping around things. So I definitely have a very powerful schedule. And in terms of morning routine or any kind of routine, nothing special really. Just make sure I eat right, drink water, um, and exercise. That's pretty much it.
I
Nothing.
love this. I love that you touched upon schedule. Everything is scheduled because I'm a firm believer of, what gets scheduled gets done. If it pops up on your calendar, you know it's there, and it's been you've allocated time to it. You allocated an hour or whatever time to it, right? And you got to make sure it's done in that time because it's scheduled, right? So everything else has to wait. Uh, do you also like create lists of things to do, or you prefer scheduling?
Yes, I schedule, but I also have targets that I write down every single day that I need to accomplish. So that's like separate from the things that I need to do in the schedule. My schedule is pretty much the same every single day. Like maybe I'll do some sales training in the morning, let's say 10 a.m. That's I do that every single day. But then I would have different targets that I need to accomplish, that I need to take care of that day. And usually I write them down or I put it in my Google Calendar the night before so that the next day I know what I need to do. And that's very powerful because then you have it in your calendar and then you're reminded that you need to get that accomplished during that day. So it's very simple. Just have a schedule, have certain targets, have certain things that you need to accomplish that day. It can be something as simple as today I need to do the laundry or today I need to take out the garbage. Um, Stuff like that. And usually if you have it written down or have it in your calendar, you'll do it because you hold yourself accountable.
I love this. I love this, and thank you for sharing this. And it's great to hear that you can just write down the simplest thing. Taking out the garbage, doing the laundry. These are the things that sometimes get left behind as well, right? It could be as little as that, or as big as whatever you want, right? Because you have your schedule that you things you do on a regular basis, but then give yourself the targets and achieving those milestones of targets that things that you need to achieve on that day. And I love that routine of yours. So in terms of when you said, so is there anything like what you do to calm yourself and ground yourself? Obviously, when all this is getting too much, you know, there are days when you are on a high, there are days when you are low, when you're not meeting your targets or things are not going your way. How do you overcome those obstacles?
I think having discipline is very important. Even even when you even when you don't feel like doing certain things, when when you've developed that muscle, it becomes automatic. Like it becomes second nature. Is that the right word?
Yeah, I
So
can guess.
yeah. So for me, like because I have a routine every single day, like for example, I need to work out at a certain time. Even if I don't feel like doing it, actually I want to do it. Like at that moment, I don't feel like doing it, but my higher self wants to do it. So if that makes sense, because I deep down I know that it's actually what is best for me. So that's like my higher self because that's what is best for me, and that is actually what is going to give me more energy and help me to have a much better day than if I were not to do it. It's just at that moment maybe I'm feeling tired. So if you have that discipline, if you have that muscle already, you're still gonna do it because it's become second nature. Um, and another thing that I tell myself every single day is to seek freedom and not comfort because a lot of times when you want to want to have more freedom, obviously you're gonna have to do things that you've never done before. or you're gonna have to do things that are uncomfortable for you. So that's why every day I tell myself to seek freedom and not comfort, because yeah, it's very true.
I love
Um,
this. I love
yeah,
this. Seek freedom and not comfort. I might even use that as a title for this episode. Seek, Yeah, that's actually the best thing there now. And 100% agreeing with what you said in terms of uh, you need to in a case of coining the Nike brand, just do it. Is a case of you need to do it. Be disciplined about it. Uh, Even though if you're feeling, I don't really want to do it now. That's just going back to your comfort zone, right? And you're seeking freedom. You want to go push through that. It's the case of right. I want to push through it and do the exercise because it's good for me, or do the things that you need to do that day so that you can move forward and achieve the better self. Do it for the. I would like to add on to that and expand and do it for your future self. Right? You're doing for everything you're doing now is for your future self to be in a better place than where you are now. So you're always in a competition with yourself at the present time to improve so that when tomorrow comes, you are better than what you were yesterday. And that's how I look at things as well. So you are better than yesterday when tomorrow comes, right? So, and you're better than 2 3 days ago by pushing yourself again out of the comfort zone and not being comfortable in whatever that is that you're trying to do, right?
yeah, 100%. I totally agree. And your future self doesn't necessarily have to mean like a year or months from now. Your future self can be one day or a few hours. It just means what you just have to ask yourself what you're doing now, if what you're doing now is benefiting you in the future.
Yeah,
And a lot of
exactly.
times actually, yeah, a lot of times actually, if you don't do that certain thing that you know you need to do, you're gonna feel worse. So you might as well just do it, because you're gonna feel a lot better after you do.
I love
So
this. I love
yeah,
this. Thanks for expanding and adding on to that. We will be wrapping this up shortly as well. You've shared amazing golden nuggets here for everybody to take away, and especially the NFT Web3 that you've touched upon. It's an amazing space. And if people wanted to get in touch with you, they can reach out to you, Instagram, and what other places they can find you.
Instagram, Facebook. I'm on every social media. Um, Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse, YouTube.
So they can
Yeah,
just find
and
you
it'll
anywhere.
all be yeah, it will all be under Mel Changelo. So it's all the same. It's just my name. Yeah.
Awesome. So I would definitely recommend whoever's looking to create that freedom for themselves um, and do better for their future self. Connect with Mel, and he's so disciplined and creating all these things and looking for opportunities. So definitely to be connected to you in terms of getting that discipline uh, brought on. You want to learn how to commit to a discipline, because that's another muscle that you have to train, right? And if you already have that, and the support you can provide in terms of getting that discipline started and then following through, sometimes you just need somebody to work with to hold you accountable. And Mel, you can be that person for whoever's listening to this now. And thank you very much for coming on to Tuesday Talks and sharing your journey. Incredible pieces that you've also shared here now for people to look into and work with. All I will say is anybody who's listening to this episode now, if you had a spark, by this episode here now, you had an idea. All I would recommend is to share this episode with whoever and whomever it is, because if you had that spark yourself, it's our duty now to share that spark with others and create the spark within others as well, and share it with us, because we don't know who's just woken up or gone to bed thinking of a better day, and that spark that you had might create another spark in them as well, and just, who knows, inspire them to create something as well and get them moving. So this is what the main purpose is. Thank you very much, Mel, for your time today, and everybody, thank you very much as well. What would you like to say, Mel, to close this, wrap up the episode? Is that something you want to say to, what would be the closing comments?
Yeah, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you, Zishan, for having me today. And secondly, just you have I think it's very important for people to be very clear as to what they want in life. And if you have the clarity, if you know what you want, the opportunities will show up for you. Um, and then it's just a matter of seeing past the fear, seeing the opportunity. So seeing past the fear and doing it anyways, because you know that that's what is going to change your life. And then from there, having the right mentor, being around the right people, and but at the end of the day, even if you are around the right people, you have the right mentor, it's still up to you. It's still your decision, your commitment. Um, so you have to be committed to yourself, and that requires a lot of discipline. Yeah. So that's what I
That
wanted to say.
that is an amazing wrap up comment there. I don't think even I could have said anything better. That is amazing. Thank you very much, Mel, and thank you very much, everybody else. Everybody else, we'll be back here again next Tuesday with another amazing person. So we will see you next Tuesday. Mel, thank you very much, and good morning to you, and have a great day as you're starting your day.
Yeah, have a great evening, Zishan. Thank you so much.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.